Welcome to My Three Things. I'm your host, Cory.
I'm Brian.
And we're going to give you kind of a behind-the-scenes look into our show, Teach Me Something. This is the Wilderness episode, so what are your three things you took away from the Wilderness?
So my first thing was we really wanted to have a little bit more fun, and with the Wilderness, you know, we wanted to actually go out into the woods, and got a tent, built an actual set for it, really kind of had a little bit more fun with it rather than just standing around having a conversation about a new skill that we wanted to learn.
Unfortunately, it was a fire ban, so we couldn't do the campfire and sort of thing. And to add to that, we didn't have an actual bear, so I had to find bear's footage. So you're lucky you didn't have to shoot a bear, you know, this time.
Yeah.
My first thing is our guest, Zach. Me and Zach have been friends for, 20 years or so. He was in our Steampunk Boba Fett movie a few years ago as our bartender. We also got him to be a part of this little horror short that we did in 2016. It's just very, very short, like 2.5 minutes long. I will put the link in the description. And so, as we're developing this show, he's a good second episode. He's a friend. I can get a chance to practice my interview a little more, get a little more comfortable. I think I had a better idea of when to talk to the camera, when to talk to him, and ask a lot of questions. I mean, we cut out probably 20 minutes of that conversation and get it down to the nitty gritty. But it made me as a host a lot better to sit with someone who wasn't, waiting, look at the clock, like hurry up. We just ran through it and had a good time with it. And I still learn a lot. Every time I think we hang out with Zach I'm just a wealth of knowledge of things I've been so far, a whole world I'm not a part of. So, what's your next take?
Yeah, so my second thing, we went ahead and invested, and we got the full Red Giant package so we could start doing some more color correction or more precision. And for this episode, we used the Colorista part of the Red Giant package, and it was awesome. It's super easy the way they've got it set up. They actually have this whole setup where it's like a wizard and say, take my hand, let me walk you through color correcting. So we didn't do anything fancy, but just having Red Giant as a new tool in our kit was pretty awesome. So it was definitely worth the investment.
That's cool. My number two was, as I was talking about with Zach, learning how to direct the interview a little better, when to start. I'm still learning how to facilitate it, but I felt like I was definitely a lot more comfortable. And even my intro, I think I was a lot more comfortable. Like, I wrote a script for the intro, I practiced it, and I got it down in about 5 or 6 tries, I think, something like that. And acting, that whole world is new to me too. Hence the whole teach me something. I'm learning about a whole new world of things, I was like, that I'm ignorant of. But it made it so much faster, and I feel a lot better talking to, right now I'm talking to a camera, but you're watching me, so. That was my number two. What was your last?
So my last thing was we, from the first episode, started taking it more serious. We made some more gear investments. One thing that we're very happy with is we got a nice kit of Panasonic Inteloops, but we went with the Inteloop Pros, and they did great. And I'll let Cory tell me a little bit about what's in this box and where it came from.
So we bought the new Road-Link wireless kits to try out, and Brian can tell you more about the Road-Links, but we didn't really have anything to carry them in. I was at Walmart and found pencil cases. They were, I think, like $1 or something, but they're hard shell cases. I just put foam in them, and they fit perfectly. I mean, these things slide in there, and it's even got a little, some little things to put whatever we need to in there. They're just ugly, so nobody's going to steal them. Well, maybe now that we're telling everybody that I keep our wireless kits in these, but there's definitely, we got this one and a zebra striped one, but for $1 you can't beat this. I mean, you can't buy, what is the big hard shell companies?
Oh, Pelicans.
Yeah, you can't buy something like that for that price. I mean, these things may only last a year, but for a buck, I can't complain. But I'll let him talk a little more about the road links.
Yeah, and the road links are amazing for the price. This was my first time doing digital wireless audio, so it's a lot different than your Sennheiser kits, where you either have the signal and if there's interference, you know there's interference. With these guys, they're constantly jumping channels, but we only had one issue where a sound popped for maybe a frame and it kept going, and it wasn't really that bad. And that's kind of the difference between digital interference and analog interference. Analog, you'll hear that crackle. With digital, it's just a sound drop, and sometimes it can be distracting, but it wasn't bad.
No, we still don't know if it's exactly that, or if it's using the Tascam with it, or if it was just a fluke. Because we haven't had it happen again since then. So
yeah.
Well, we'll keep you guys updated as we try them out. Because it's a whole, this and the Tascam's like a whole different style of what the typicals on the with a Sennheiser.
Sennheisers are a lot tougher. Those really feel tough. And these are nice. They're hard plastic, but the antenna's inside of it. These are more contained. With the Sennheiser, sometimes I worry about somebody picking it up by the antenna and swinging it around. So usually I like to mic people. I don't let people mic themselves. These, we haven't dropped them yet, knock on wood. But I feel like if they were accidentally dropped, they would be okay. My heart wouldn't skip a beat or anything like that. And then the other new thing we got is Cory's sad tripod got upgraded to a Manfrotto MePhoto travel tripod. And so we shot our B-roll on this ball head MePhoto tripod that is incredible. You can see for scale here, it takes up like no space when it's folded down. I wouldn't advise shooting video with a ball head tripod, but we wanted just something that was small and easy to roll around with. So we grabbed this. We do foresee fluid heads in the future, but this was a nice first upgrade since I killed his tripod. But yeah, what was your third thing?
Just Liz, our assistant. I got to know her through the art scene, and we pulled her into our little horror short that we also had Zach on, to be just our foot model and just take care of things that I couldn't do because we are a two-man crew. I have to quit being producer and become the talent at some point, and it's hard to juggle both. And sometimes some episodes it's easier to have an extra person. It was just helping him do whatever, go get stuff from the car, make sure model releases are signed or whatever, and I'm sure as we grow it'll probably need a lot more. But and she was just fun to have around. She's an easygoing girl, and did about everything we said,
Yeah,
had no
she helped
problem.
out with behind the scenes photos too, just taking cell phone pictures for us made a huge difference.
Yeah, so you'll probably see more of her in the future, on different episodes. But anyway, well, thank you guys for joining in, and just like and subscribe. If you want to check out some of our films, we'll put the link in the description down below, and just stay tuned for more. Thank you.